Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by our dear brother. So this is a short narration of the story that was sent to me. Your strange things do happen in this world. So I am not even going to tell you where this story happened because this dear brother of ours, he was saying that he is always scared of what happened to him. So the story that he sent to me, it reads like this. Hello, my brother, how are you? There was a time when I arrived in this city. So when I was in that city, that was when I started staying at this other place, and at that place where I was staying, the landlord was a policeman. So he got so interested in me, and each and every time when he would come to my room, because at his house there was only one back room and I was their only tenant, so he would regularly come to my room. Since he was a man, I thought that this was just normal for a man to come and have a conversation with another man. But what started to bother me was that whenever you would come and visit me in my room, you would sometimes not even knock. You will just come into my room. And there was a time when he came to my room and it was very hot. It was on a hot day, so I was not wearing any t-shirt. I was just wearing a very small short, those small boxer shorts. That is what I was wearing on that day. So this man, when he walked into my room, he kept on looking at me in a very strange way, and he kept on looking at my manhood, and I got so embarrassed. And then he told me that he wanted me to wash his car. So we then both got out of my room and we went, and I started to wash his car. And he had promised me that he was going to give me a lot of money after I would have finished washing his car. After I had finished washing his car, he then said that, I forgot that I do not have any money at all in my wallet. So what we are going to do is that let us go and withdraw some money from the ATM. So we traveled from the place where I was staying, from that location, and we went to this other mall. Along the way, my brother, I kept on seeing that there were a lot of ATMs that he was ignoring until we had arrived at the mall. But still, this man, he kept on telling me that we were supposed to go to this shop and that shop so that we can buy ABC. And I had told him that I didn't have millimil, and he said that we were supposed to go to this other Indian wholesale where we were going to buy this millimil for cheap, at a cheaper price. But what bothered me, my brother, was that the petrol that he had to use traveling from the place where we were going to that wholesale, the Indian wholesale, where he was claiming that we were going to get this millimil at a cheaper price. This did not make sense at all to me. It never made any sense. But anyway, I just kept quiet. When we went there, my brother, what even surprised me even more was that the man, like the way that he was treating me, like when you are with a woman, when you are proposing love to a woman, there are certain things that you do, the way that you like spoil that woman so that she can fall in love with you. This is exactly what this man was doing to me. He was treating me as if I was like a woman, and this made me to feel very uncomfortable, and everything that he was doing to me, it was very weird. And I didn't like everything that he was doing. But anyway, I said, let me just relax and just pretend as if I do not know what exactly is going on. So we bought the millimil, and he bought some groceries as well for me. We then returned back home. After we had returned back home, the man, my brother, he then came into my room again, and he said that he wanted to teach me the proper way to pack my fridge, and he was standing right next to me, so much that it made me to feel even more uncomfortable. But I was really desperate. I just needed a place to stay, so I ignored him. I ignored all of his moves, all of his actions. Whenever he was standing too close to me, I just pretended as if I didn't see that this is what he was doing. Then there was one night, my brother, when he came and he told me that he wanted me and him to go and drink some beer. So he said, come on, dress up, let us go and drink some beer together. So I then dressed up, and when I had finished dressing up, he then said, let us go. So we then went, my brother, we went and we started drinking alcohol. But I think that there is something that he placed in my alcohol, because after I had gotten so drunk, that was when I woke up the following morning. And the moment that I woke up, immediately I suspected that this man, he had slept with me, because when I woke up, like my back area, where the poo comes out from, it was very painful, extremely painful. So I thought that maybe I had eaten some stuff that was hard to digest. And I then said, let me go to the toilet. So when I went to the toilet, my brother, I then forced the poo out. And then when I got up, I saw that I had messed up the whole toilet, because there was blood that was coming out of my back area. And I knew that this man, he was sleeping with me. He had slept with me when I was drunk. I was really sad. I didn't know what to do anymore. But then this man, he came to me and he apologized. He came to me and he apologized to me, and he told me that he knew that I was not happy with what he had done, but he was here to send his apologies to me. He wanted to apologize. He wanted to tell me that everything was going to be okay. He then confessed to me that he had feelings for me and he wanted to marry me. My brother, I didn't even know how to respond. Remember that this guy, he was a policeman, and I was afraid that if I say something that is going to hurt him, then maybe this guy, he was going to kill me or to do something bad to me. And I suspect that his wife knows that this is what her husband does, because from the time when he started sleeping with me, he was like forcing me, my brother. I never had any options at all. And I was working. There was this other company that I was working for, but I was working as a casual worker. So he then told me that he does not want me to go to work anymore. All that I had to do was to sit in his yard, and he was going to be paying me. And this was really painful, because I expected to at least send some money to my own parents, because they knew that I had came to the city to find a job. But here I was, my brother, just being taken advantage of by another man. I started eating the food that would have been cooked by his own wife. I never bought food, and this man, he was like treating me as if I was his second wife. I was in a desperate situation. I didn't even know what to do anymore. And whenever I would try to run away, this man, there were things that he would say that would make me to be very scared, and I was really scared of him. Then when I got so tired of being abused by this man almost on a nightly basis, and at the same time it was really painful when this man was sleeping with me, and whenever I would try to, then there was this other night when I really felt that this was enough. I had had enough with this man. That was when I ran away. This was late at night, my brother. Even though at his house there was an electric fence, what I did is that earlier on in the day, I had taken a wooden plank. So I had taken that wooden plank and then I had hid it somewhere else. Late at night, when I made sure that everyone was fast asleep, I packed my clothes. In a very small school bag. Then I went right close to the wall and I checked, and I saw that there was no one who was watching me. Placed that wooden clamp on that electric fence. Then the electricity tripped. That was when I jumped the wall and I ran. I walked for a very long distance and I went straight to my friend's place, and I told my friends that I wanted to stay with him, but I didn't tell him the truth. I just told him that I had not been able to pay for my rentals for the past few months, and my friend said that it was okay. But this is what happened to me, my brother. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear brother. So I had to change the locations where this story happened so that our dear brother can always be safe. But this is what happened to him. He was kept under lockdown. He was not allowed to get out of that yard, and each and every night the men will come to him and make love to him by force. Strange things do happen in this world.